Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another video. Been a little bit, but we are here now and we are on the Terra Mirus server again. It's been a few months since I've done an update and a lot has changed, so we can go ahead and get into it. The first thing that has changed is where I'm located currently. So this diamond block is representing 00. This is where we first spawned into the world. And I just built a small little spawn area so if people end up dying or something like that, they've got items here that they can use for recovery purposes. Also have an ender chest, and then the dragon egg is here as a symbolic thing on top of a netherite block because that's quite fancy. So yeah, just very basic and simple. Still need to make the path that connects over to this major path here, but that's a simple project and can be done in due time. I think the first place we're going to go and head and check out is Lexi's place. Don't remember if this was here before, but she has this very epic looking bridge here. And I know we've seen quite a few of her stuff, like all of this I know I've shown off before. But all of this stuff, I have not. And the thing is, I haven't even seen this. This is just brand new. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, obviously it's a ship, but um, it's a stone ship above the ground. This is going to be, I'm going to have to be asking questions about this. But in the time since I've been away, or that a video hasn't been made, she's made a very impressive looking castle with a moat. This is, I know she was working on this for a while. This is really cool looking. I think the interior still isn't quite finished, but you know, all builds are a work in progress. Then we've also got this huge dock set up here, which looks really cool, and a seaside village. I really like the seaside market, which you can kind of see here. This is really cool. Using all the different blocks, you got the cakes, the melons, and all that kind of stuff. You got some chickens. Also flew around some villagers you can kind of see hanging out around here. And then yeah, the seaside town up here. It's so cool looking. And this like appeared overnight. I'm not even joking. It was something else. It looks like it's, you know, storing villagers, which makes sense because of all the villagers around. But yeah, this hole's, oh, well, at least I forget the pirate ship. Look at this thing. It's really cool. Let me show this off a little bit. You've got the flags, the masts, the cannons with the dispensers, and then all the copper golems working on deck. I think if we can go in here, oh, he's aged a bit. I think if we go down to, yep, you got the firing mechanisms and everything. It's just this whole area right in here. It feels to me like it kind of just appeared overnight, and it looks so cool. And I'm very interested to know what is going to be going on with this. Oh, it's a mob spawner. But yeah, so this is what Lexi's been working on. Really cool. And I think I should just quit Minecraft at this point. I do remember that we talked in a video about the railroad project that we had, the minecart project going on, because we installed the express carts mod. And the entire, all of our bases, Lexi's, Arian's, mine, and Devin's, have, and Garrett, who is a new member on the server, he joined in, I want to say, January. All of our bases are connected. I don't think this one's running, but it stops here, and then it goes along through the jungle, and it continues all the way over here to Arian's base. And I think Arian's base has experienced the most change, most notably over here. He has done quite a bit of work, so let me go ahead and land, and I will just get into free cam. It's just so much easier to go around in free cam like this. So another thing that he's done is, I don't think anything's changed really with the villagers. But over here, he has built a treasure room. I'm lagging. I don't know why. If I point to the sky, that looks like that's helping. I wonder if free cam, if that matters. Arian's base is just a laggy mess for some reason. I don't know why. He doesn't have a problem. Devin doesn't have a problem. I have massive frame rate drops in his area for some reason. But he's got this treasure room here, which is really cool looking. He's even got his own smaller version of the map here that you can see. And then we've got the smithing templates and stuff like that. And then over here, he's building a super large storage system that is based on the copper golems. This is something I've seen in quite a few videos. It looks like he's taken inspiration from it, and he's using it to build out a mega storage system, which still has room for expansion, which is really cool. Don't think there's anything else underground. This is where the subway station is for his base. You can see this minecart isn't running. This one is, though. You can see he's decorated it to look like a subway. Really like the use of the end rods for lighting as you go through. And there goes the minecart, which the entire system is still running, which is nice to see. You also come out to this large platform area, which is looking really cool. He's got a... I don't know if this is custom or how he managed to do this, but he's got a very large cherry grove tree here. It's kind of like a little centerpiece with really cool detailed. I really like the mix of the tough with the deep slate and the stone bricks. That's a really nice combo. I think he's done really well with that. I'm going to go ahead and sleep real quick. But yeah, he's got that, and then he's building out a town area over here, kind of like a village thing. He's got some builds that he's currently got built, and then he's working on others that you can kind of see here. And, you know, he's got different things. You got a fountain, barracks, that kind of thing. He's also built an absolutely insane bridge here. So we have, where is it? Over here. We still have this bridge. It's like a temporary one. But he's built out a custom log bridge, and you can even see like the base from where the tree fell. And you can walk through, and it's got windows and stuff, and it takes you all the way over into this side of the river, which is difficult to access considering all this. He's even done some terraforming because this is raised up off the ground. This is what it's covering up, the city area here. But yeah, he's done custom terrain even, which looks really, really impressive. And this is, again, this is new since I last checked in. So he and Lexi are putting in work. And then over here, he's starting to do some stuff on the outside of his walls. He's built a large wheat field and then a mill here, which has... Down here, I like the use of the donkeys around the wheel. It's got an auto crafter. Oh. I don't know if anyone else watching uses Minehut. Minehut's been having problems, and I don't know why. Or maybe that's the reason why my frames are the way they are. But as I was saying, he's got this wheat mill here, and it's an auto crafter set up for bread. So you still have to put the wheat in, but it'll auto-craft and store bread, which I think is really cool. And I believe that is everything major that has gone on at Arian's base here. So we will now take a quick jot over here, because I don't think I've shown this. This is the map of where everyone is. So we have Death Ninja down there. We'll check out her base in a second. We've got Garrett here, also known as Turtles Dirtman. Don't have a banner for him yet, but need to add that. Got Devin there, my base, Arian's, which we just checked out, and you can kind of see where stuff was when I last updated the map. And then this is Lexi's stuff here. And so you can see I had updated it up to this point, but the addition of the ship, it may even be off on this end, but it was not there when I last checked it out. And you can see the custom terraforming around the edge isn't here and some of the buildings. So a lot of work being put in by everybody. I've done some work myself on my base, though not as much as everyone else. So at the transfer station here, where you go from either me to Arian and Lexi's or over to Devin and Garrett's, we've got a train station here. We've got Janet, the emotional support animal, here. And so this is where the minecarts from Arian station hit and go back. And Endermen are still griefing. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Glad he's not a thing anymore. And then we can go over here, and this is Brian, another ESA. And then this will take you off to Devin's. We've not decorated this portion of the railroad at all. But this portion I've done quite a bit of work on, laying down gravel and smoothing it out significantly. It used to go above the mountain here, and then I bored a tunnel down, and so now it goes through this tunnel here. Mix of waxed copper stairs. Also have dark prismarine, the sea lanterns. I think it's a good little effect as you see a minecart pass through there. Also have a setup for an on-off switch for the bells because the bells are quite loud. When you first activate it, it'll activate the bells, but then here in a second, the minecart will pass over the detector rail. And so I have a little bit of warning when the minecart shows up. And I turned it off because the bells are quite loud and I can hear them from a long distance, and so... Another thing, though, that is interesting, and I don't know if I can recreate it or not. Let's find out. Gotta actually utilize the minecart for this. Should be coming on the left. Yep. So if I dismount, a music disc starts playing. And so we can vibe to other side. This is done through a calibrated skulk sensor. And it's a vibe. And that'll stop playing once you leave the area, and it only happens, it's calibrated so that it only happens when you dismount from somewhere like a minecart there. So you get greeted by music when you exit my station. Got a little sniffer here. Brought all the dogs back. Don't think too much here has changed. Added in some parrots. I have a similar thing here with a recycler for various note blocks going on that I have disabled right now, but that's what the dancing parrots are for. Cleaned up down here. Cleaned up my 2012 base. I had it decorated all for Christmas and now have reverted it back to its original form, but nothing else has changed in regards to that. Main two builds, or I guess three, that I've done. The first one is over here. I will do a quick fly over here and spin around. It's this right here. This is an A-frame that I built off a tutorial and then did the custom terrain around it. So the A-frame is really cool. If I remember to, I will link the tutorial in my description. Interior and everything is exactly the same as the tutorial video. Haven't actually used it for anything. I just kind of wanted it as a build because this was a nice flat area. Added in all the taiga stuff, and then added in like dripstone and rooted dirt and some moss patches and that kind of thing. It's just a nice, cool little area that kind of keeps you enclosed for the most part if you're hanging around it. The other major build is kind of an understatement, is over here. Again, these are builds that I got inspired from screenshots on Google, so none of this is my build. It's just meant to be a thing where when you come out of the tunnel this way, you can have like a little trackside view of things and the armor stands, which we'll talk about in a second. The other thing is that all the tracks are on cobbled deep slate, which I've added another block speed multiplier, so The minecart's going a certain speed. I want to say it's 24 blocks a second through here, but then when you hit these, it's 16. So you can kind of admire the trackside builds a little bit more. And then speaking of trackside, we have a massive trestle here that goes all the way over to here. And this is where I stopped decorating right over here. Um, but yeah, this is what I was talking about with the whole flat thing. There's very little elevation change between here and the station that's all the way down by that happy ghast. But yeah, this is a huge trestle that I actually want to ride here in a second to get to Devon's base. And then we've got over here, I initially was thinking about doing like row buildings on both sides, but it took so many materials and so much time to do this that I decided to do this instead, which I think took about as much time and as much materials. This is every single armor stand that you can get in the game currently, and used iron and amethyst to show off the different patterns and things. And the idea is that people can take these and you can try out different combos, which we've had 2 people do now, which is really cool. But yeah, the amount of so I think I only grabbed maybe 1 or 2 templates per thing. Usually it was only just one that I was able to acquire. So I had to duplicate this 4 times. Yeah, duplicate it 4 times for the most part. And it's 7 diamonds a duplicate, so it's 28 diamonds per armor stand. And I want to say there's 16 or 17. So you can do the math. That was a lot of diamonds. I'm almost broke when it comes to diamonds. But I think this is a really cool display here. Again, it's one of those things that you can kind of just go by and check out as you're riding the rails. And speaking of riding the rails, I really want to ride on the trestle. So I'm going to head back over to the train station. I'm going to activate the bells so that I know when the train's coming, and hopefully I'll have time to sleep before the next one shows up. But if I don't, I'm going to sacrifice sleep for the train. It's been really fun playing on this server because I still am... Oh, we're sacrificing sleep. It's been fun playing on the server because I've sacrificed playing mods on my single player world. It's purely vanilla, but on this one I'm using primarily performance enhancing mods, a few other things like free cam and that kind of thing, which it's nice quality of life mods that make this, I don't want to say more fun to play, but it's different and I like it. It's not like modded, super modded or anything. I wouldn't call it modded Minecraft, but it's different enough that it's really a really fun and different way of playing. So we're going to head down to the station here and go to sleep because this area is not spawn proofed yet. But yeah, the next place we're going to check out is right over here. And once again, like everyone else on this server, Devon has made significant progress at his base. So let me go hang out on the resin farm. One thing that I wouldn't call his base, but that he's been making progress on, is we had a path going between he and I's base, and for a significant portion of it, he is in charge of decorating it, and so he's gotten started with that. It's going to be a moss path with stone, cobblestone, retaining walls on both ends, so he's gotten that started. He's also built an epic bridge here that uses the new resin blocks. He's got little statues holding up the bridge, and yeah, this is my favorite build so far that he's made. He took inspiration, I know, from a build, but even coming in and looking at the gate here, or whatever, the tunnel entrance kind of thing, this is just a really impressive build, I think. I really like it. The other major build he's added so far, at least in terms of actual structures, is this stable, which again follows a tutorial, but he customized it heavily, and it's looking really cool. So is the landscaping in through here. He's carrying in that moss path aesthetic, kind of going through areas. But then, he's got this section with the different tulips and flowers and that kind of thing on the ground. And then over here, it's kind of a little bit more wild, which I like. But you can definitely see there's intent and stuff going on here. He's also going to be building a tower where this beacon is. I think there's another tower going over, yep, over there. He's built a frog fountain out the back here, which is beautifully decorated. I really like the incorporation of the nylium on this part of the path. And it wraps around over here as well, which I think is really cool. And the use of the raw gold blocks, just a very cool looking fountain, beautifully decorated. This is, I didn't see this. This is new. Oh, hello. This is cool looking. I guess it's not a tower necessarily, which is what I thought was going here, but I really like it. Also, the use of the glass. This is going to be this is going to be a quad beacon. So this is really cool looking. I like this. He's also got I think he's calling this his garden path, which goes all the way down here. And there's like a real nice dock area. What does this say? Yeah, garden path. Yeah, so there's like a nice dock area, which I think he's going to be doing something with. And then another thing he's done underground here. I was going to say, wait a minute. Yeah, he's got a large sugarcane farm. I think this puts out 64 sugarcane. Got the automatic pickup with the ender pearls loading chunks. He's got ender pearl loaders for it. And yeah, it's been pumping out the sugarcane. So that's really huge. And we're combining that with the gunpowder from my creeper farm, and so now we've got significant amount of rockets. But yeah, this is his base. Loving the terraforming, loving the builds, loving the theme. A plus. Right over here, just two quick builds. They're not loading in. So he did a lot of horse and donkey breeding, and so he's got a large area where he's just keeping the excess ones. And then down here is a tunnel that he dug and decorated. And this is for continuous travel because his island is an island, but this connects you over to a major river, which can connect you to both Garrett's base, which we'll check out next, and Rachel's as well. Still need to decorate this station, but there is an addition over here. This does not go very far, so it's single line, and it comes back very fast. But yeah, we just hop on the minecart, and we have continuous minecart trackage to Garrett's base. Like I said, he just joined in January, and he hasn't played Minecraft in a super long time. But he's building his estate up in here. Really liking the use of the glass. The kind of greenhouse effect in here is really cool. The utilization of the cherry heavily, I really like. The cherry, it's like a tree house, I do believe. Got the waterfall and everything like that. Really liking it. Over here, he's got his horses. And then over here, we were joking when he first got on. Because I was teaching him how to use the elytra, and he was having trouble landing. Well, he's building an airport now, which I think is really cool. It extends off here. Still a work in progress, but I think that's really cool. And he hasn't been on much lately, but the progress he's made has been really enjoyable to see. I think the last thing we need to check out, last but certainly not least, is Rachel's over here. So I think last time we just had the house here with the witch tower, as well as the turtle holding up the tower or the house because it's misaligned a little bit. But now we've got pathways going all the way down to the river. We have an amazing looking nether portal here, very magical. Really liking the ability of the curves, and we even saw that up here with the witch hut tower, this right here. I find curves in Minecraft to be really difficult, and seems like she's doing a really good job with that. Also have this path right over here where she's built a gazebo, except it's not a gazebo because it is a horse and donkey pen, but I'm really liking this, the use of the copper and the mangrove. With the cherry as like the background, it looks really cool. I think she's also working on another project. I know she's digging a hole somewhere. I just don't know where. I don't think this is it. This looks like it's just a mining section. Is it further down? No, it doesn't look like it. Don't know where she's digging the hole at. I do remember the last time we were on, there was TNT and stuff involved. Oh, well, that would be. How did I not see this when I flew in? Well, I guess this is the hole. Yeah, she's been digging this out, TNT and all that. Don't know what's going on in here or what the plan is, but yep, more stuff, more things everyone's been doing. So that is the update, I do believe. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, and I don't think so, but I mean, that was a lot. We've been still been quite active on this server. This is intended to be like our forever server, ideally, assuming Minehut doesn't ruin something. But yeah, this has been really fun to work on. We're still working in 1.21.10. We have not updated to the Nautilus update with the spears and stuff. There's been some issues with the Express Cart mod for some reason, even though it's also updated, but again, probably a Minehut issue. Regardless, that is the update for everything on the server. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode.